Hey y'all, what's up? It's your boy TT back with another video. You guys already know what we're doing. One new trade idea for every NBA team. I see AD and Trae Young on the front of this. And all I'm going to say is I know Trae Young is not getting traded. So I'm interested to see what they're saying for AD. We got a lot to talk about here. I'm assuming at least 30 trade ideas. If you like basketball content like this or NBA 2K or Daily Purtle, which is an NBA player guessing game, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to that. That's all I put out around here, and all the love and support is very much appreciated. Thank you guys once again for getting me to 30 subs on the road to 40. Let's hop on into this. Okay, so for the Hawks, we have Malcolm Brogdon and Buddy Hield for John Collins and Kevin Huerter. No, this doesn't make any sense if I'm the Hawks. Okay, cause I'm talking about this from the team's perspective every time, right? Because like I don't think the Pacers obviously do this. The Hawks, I don't think so. What doesn't make sense here is, yeah, Malcolm Brogdon's upgrade, sure, but he's not helping your defensive problem. He's not helping your defensive problem, and you're getting an older Kevin Huerter. And I'd argue to say Kevin Huerter is better than Buddy Hield straight up. I'd even argue that. And it doesn't make sense. I think trading John Collins is the right idea. I think this is the wrong idea to do it. But I like the idea of moving John Collins. This is a really good piece for Indiana, just because you're getting a rebuilding tool to go next to Miles Turner. I think that would complement each other really well, actually. But yeah, that's not achieving anything. You're still gonna have a bad defensive backcourt, but you're not improving. The Celtics were doing a second round pick for Terrence Ross. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it, actually. They have the defense around them to help with that. That would make a lot of sense, actually. I'm cool with this. Yeah. I actually really like this. Because they already have a backup big. They can use like one more just kind of flamethrower type of score. You can come in. He might give you 10 on some nights. He might give you 25 on other nights. And he's like a low usage guy. You give him for a second. So it's like, and he's just like a catch and shoot type of bench player. He can play a little bit on ball, but I think he's really good just in the catch and shoot type of position. And I mean, you get him for a second rounder. There's no real ego attached to him. I mean, if you end up playing him big minutes, it's cool, but if he's playing bad and you have to bench him, it's not like a difficult conversation. He's a role player and he knows that. And also, he was talking about on Twitch, he's tired of being a part of the rebuild. He said he's getting older. He wants to try to go win now. That would make a lot of sense. The Nets getting Jeremy Grant. Okay, hold on. So this is for the Nets perspective. We're getting Jeremy Grant, Kelly Olynyk, Corey Joe for Ben Simmons. Yeah, I'm cool with this. I'm cool with this as a Nets fan. If I'm a Nets fan and the Brooklyn Nets do this trade, I'm not upset. Now, paying Jeremy Grant a 4-year, $112 million extension next offseason would be rough. But for next year, this makes a lot of sense. And you get a little bit more depth. Corey Joseph isn't great, but he's definitely a serviceable backup point guard. Same thing with Kelly Olynyk. Not great, but he's definitely a serviceable backup big man. And I think that makes a lot of sense. And Kelly Olynyk, he kind of stretched the floor a little bit too. Give you some parity from Nick Claxton and Day'Ron Sharpe. Makes a lot of sense. And for the Pistons side, I get why they would do this. Ben Simmons, when healthy, arguably the best overall defender in the NBA, at least in my opinion. Thing is, y'all get him on the court. I think he would complement Cade really nicely too. But yeah, as the Nets, I would 100% take this deal. I think that makes a lot of sense for him. The Hornets, we're doing no. This is a good deal though. I get why this is happening. I get this trade for both sides, but no, not in a million years. If I'm the Hornets, I'm not doing this. I'm not giving up my young scoring guard who I just drafted last year. Last year, you know what I'm saying? Just drafted. Giving him up to get Steven Adams? Like, are we being for real right now? If it's still Steven Adams, this was Miles Turner, I would be on board with this, but this is crazy. No way, man. I definitely get this idea, though. The Grizzlies, they don't really need a center anymore. Like, they have the centers they really need. Makes sense. And they're getting a scoring guard, which is what they really desperately need. It's like another guard beside Ja who can go get a bucket consistently on his own. But yeah, for Steven Adams, no. I need Steven Adams in a pick. I need Steven Adams and Tyus Jones. I don't know. I need somebody else with this besides Steven Adams. No, as a Hornets fan in this situation, I am not accepting this deal. I don't want this. But if I'm a Grizzlies fan, I love that deal. Yes, please. This is some sauce. Hey, here we go. I'm finally seeing a Rudy Gobert trade on Bleacher Report that's not complete raw dog booty cheeks garbage. I'm happy. I'm so happy right now. Okay, Patrick Williams, Nikola Vucevic, and Javonte Green. This 100% makes sense to me. I like this idea for both sides, especially if I'm a Chicago Bulls fan in this situation. We desperately need some inside defense, some rim protection, a guy who can consistently get stops on the defensive end and get rebounds. You don't need much of a scoring threat because you have DeMar, you have Levine. Ayo Dosunmu can get a bucket every now and again, and then you still got Kobe White, who can be good or bad depending on the night that you're getting him. And then for the Jazz, this is a good thing. You still get a competitive center, right? So you're not going to rebuild. You're getting a young guy to help grow with. And I mean, Javonte Green's not a bum. I mean, not great, but he's not a bum. I put him in like that Royce O'Neal tier. If I got one pick on top of this, then that'd really be cool. Like I said, at Chicago, I love this. If I'm Utah, I want this plus one draft pick, if possible. But even then, if we're taking this deal, I wouldn't be upset with it. I love this for both teams. Best trade I think I've ever seen on Bleacher Report. Cavaliers, Jetty Osman, Dylan Windler in a second for Devontae Graham. You're getting Devontae Graham's contract. This doesn't make sense if you think Colin Sexton's coming back. If Colin Sexton is not coming back, then this makes more sense. So it just depends. What do they say? Did he talk about it? They didn't even mention Colin Sexton one time down here. Come on, bro. But yeah, like I said, if Colin Sexton's not coming back, Jetty Osman, Windler, and then a second, this is a cool deal. If Colin Sexton does come back, this deal makes no sense. No reason to do it. Dallas Mavericks, Zach Collins for batons in 2 seconds? No. They need an extra big man. They do need that. But Zach Collins is not the answer to your problems. Okay, I'm telling you that right now. Trading for Zach Collins creates more problems than there are creating answers. No. Zach Collins is literally an injury-prone Maxi Kleber. There's no reason to do this. He is better than Maxi Kleber when healthy, but that when healthy is very big. And last year, he didn't look that great. He didn't. He didn't look awful, but he didn't look that great. No. Even for 2 seconds, I mean, you get off of his contract, so I mean, you kind of look at it, you shave some money. That makes sense. Here we go. For the Nuggets, Korkmaz and Isaiah Joe for JaMychal Green. Yeah, I think Isaiah Joe going to blow. And that was meant to rhyme. I do it all the time. And I don't even ask for money. Well, maybe a dime. Okay, I'm done. But on a serious note, Isaiah Joe, I really think he's going to be a nice player. I think he's going to be one of those late bloomers, like a PJ Tucker who gets drafted and then he kind of bounce around a little bit. He has to go grow some. And then like 26, he's just a great player out of nowhere. And yeah, I think that's definitely the future for him. I don't know. But for Korkmaz, JaMychal Green's not that great either. This is kind of a mid trade. It's like, what's this trade doing for you? I mean, you get Isaiah Joe, sure. Yeah. I mean, yeah, for Isaiah Joe, sure. And this makes some sense for the 76ers because JaMychal Green can play some center. And he also played next to Joel a little bit. And he is 100% better than every big man on this team outside of Paul Reed and Joel. So yeah, this makes sense then. That makes some sense. I'm cool with this on both sides. Gary Trent Jr. for Jeremy Grant trade. This doesn't make any sense. No, this made me for real laugh. What are the Raptors doing? Are the Raptors just going to build a team of like 5, 6, 8 lengthy wings who can switch on defense on everything? Like, what's the starting lineup going to look like? No. If I'm the Pistons, I do this deal, but no, nah. Why would the Raptors do this? It's going to be Freddie, and then it's going to be OG, Jeremy Grant, Scotty Barnes, and Pascal Siakam. Like, what is that? No. Nick Nurse would probably love this idea, but no. They don't need any more 6'8" wings. No, they're good. The Warriors. Oh, yes. Turn me up. This is what I was waiting for. My only question is Christian Wood bought in to being a sixth man, right? He feels like he cares a lot about playing and a lot about being on the floor. If he could buy into being a bench player or being like a 20-minute per game guy, I 100% do this. Oh my God, this will be such a great deal because you're adding a new element. Because now you can punish teams that go small against you because he can spread the floor. Offensively, you're good. And you can put Draymond on court next to him to help on the defensive end because you know he ain't got it on defense. But if you put him next to Draymond, you put him next to Andrew Wiggins, you got these defensive guys around him, it 100% would work out. And you know, Wiseman, who I don't like throwing around the B word. I don't want to say the B-U-S-T word, but he's not looking very good right now between injuries. And then he was playing in the G League for a little bit, but then he ain't look good in G League. And I'm like, you were a second overall pick and you don't look good in the G League. It's kind of a problem. And then Moses Moody, I like him, but you have to give up some real certified value here. And it makes sense for the Rockets. You're giving up Christian Wood and you're getting back a project. He can turn out and be like a 20-10 guy next year out of nowhere. Who knows? He's a young guy. They grow all the time. Moses Moody, he can help that backcourt. I'm not sure where he gets his minutes between Jalen and Josh Christopher. I think they both should play over him. Maybe you could sneak him in at small forward position. I don't know. That gets kind of gross. I don't know. But yeah, I like this trade a ton for both sides. Ooh, that'd be a great deal to see, actually. This is actually the best BR trade idea article I've ever seen. Now for the Rockets, yeah, I'm cool with this. I'm cool with this. Only if John Wall's still holding out and saying he still doesn't want to get bought out. And now I did see a thing from Mark Stein on Twitter that says that he would want to get bought out, John Wall. So if he's already saying he's cool with being bought out, there's no reason. Oh, actually, I guess I see why. You're getting 2 future second rounders and you're still buying out the same contract. Yeah, I would do this. I'm not sure the Lakers would do this, but if as a Rockets fan, I want my team to do this 100%. This makes a ton of sense. Send Russ home. Yeah, that's cool. He probably goes up to Washington to go live out his days or something. I don't know. But yeah, I'm cool with that as a Rockets fan in that situation. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and then you're getting Juancho Hernan-Gomez for TJ Warren sign trade. Yeah, as a Pacers fan, this is a W. I'm cool with this. Juancho, he was kind of like a little heartbeat for the Utah Jazz during the season. It was sometimes they went cold and they threw him in there, and then he just started making stuff happen. And I was like, yeah, okay, that's kind of cool. So yeah, I like that. And then Nah is raw. Nah is raw. You feel me? He's very raw. I think he has a lot of growing to do, and I feel like the Pacers, who are about to hit the reset button, will be a great place for him to do that. But it's a TJ Warren sign trade. I mean, that's good for the Jazz. This is a buy low, sell high type situation. If that was it's his foot, he had like a stress reaction in. If his foot isn't cooked, that's a great move for them. If it is, oh well. But the thing is, if it's not a good move, I mean, it's what you're giving up. You're not giving up that much, so you're cool. Clippers, Gobert for Powell. Ooh. Oh my. Oh, this might be my favorite trade. Norman Powell, Zoo, and Luke Kennard. You're getting 3 legitimate role players for Rudy Gobert. Zoo can easily be a starting center here, and then you're getting a better defensive guard / wing to play next to Donovan Mitchell. My only thing is, what happens to Jordan Clarkson in this situation? You can't have Jordan Clarkson and Luke Kennard on the same team. One of them can never play, like literally never play. But yeah, if this is like a 3-team trade, you send Jordan Clarkson somewhere. Yeah, I would not hate this. As a Clippers fan, I would not hate this trade going down. I wouldn't hate it. I would be 100% on board with this. Cause imagine that defense. Imagine that defense in Los Angeles, bro. We got Rudy Gobert, Kawhi, Paul George, Robert Covington. Oh man, the Lakers. Whoa. Okay, hold on. I'm not gonna do it. I won't say something controversial. Hold on. John Collins, Kevin Huerter, a first-round pick for Anthony Davis. If I was a Lakers fan and my team did this, I would literally delete every sports app I own, every streaming app I own. I would burn every jersey I had. I would never support the Los Angeles Lakers again if they did this type of trade. The Hawks, this makes so much sense. It's not even funny. But for the Lakers, you trade the farm for Anthony Davis, and then 2-3 years later, you trade him for Kevin Huerter, John Collins, and a pick? Not even an unprotected pick. No. Oh, goodness God, no. This is a W trade for the Hawks, though. Yeah. Ooh, him and Trey on the same. Ooh, that'd be cold. AD and Trey Young will be cool to see on the same team. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of like it just for that reason, but as a Lakers fan, no. As a Hawks fan, I love that. The Grizzlies. Dude, what? George Hill for a sec. We're not even talking about this. No, why George Hill sucks. George Hill sucks. He's awful now. No. Even for a top 45 protected second round pick, I would still say no. I would rather this pick than George Hill. You're talking about if Tyus Jones leave, they can use a backup point guard. If George Hill is playing rotational minutes for your team next season, your team's trash. I'm sorry. They are. They suck. I don't want to be that guy. They suck. If George Hill is playing rotational, regular, all 15 guys are healthy, George Hill's getting first quarter minutes, your team sucks. Or you have a coach who should not be a coach. I'll say that. Miami, Jeremy Grant. Ooh, this is a W trade. You get a first round pick, you're getting Duncan Robinson. As a Heat fan, I would love this deal. You get any other shot creator who would fit in the Heat culture as a defensive wing. That spacing would get a little rough, though. Jimmy can't shoot that consistent. Jeremy can't shoot that consistent. And Bam can't shoot that consistent. Ooh, that's kind of rough. And you're including Max Strus and Duncan Robinson. So you're not having either shooter here now. So you're going to have Kyle Lowry, Tyler Hero, VO probably still, Victor Oladipo. I still like this trade, though. If we could start Tyler Hero and Kyle Lowry in the same backcourt, this would be a really good trade. You need that floor spacing. Jeremy Grant is an awful three-point shooter, but you can't depend on him to be a floor spacer. You feel me? You don't want him to depend on him for that. If the Pistons want to eat Duncan Robinson's contract for 1 first, that's a deal. But he would make sense in Detroit too as a spacer for Cade. Yeah, so I kind of like this for both sides. I'm cool with it. As a Heat fan, I would like this trade. Pistons fan, I'm not sure how much I'd like it, but I'd be okay with it. Kenrich Williams for 2 seconds of Rajon Tucker. As a Bucks fan, yes, Kenny Hustle is Kenny Hustle, exactly. They wish they could make this trade immediately as Chris Middleton got hurt for sure. Hey, Kenny Hustle hustles for a reason. That's why he got his nickname. I like this trade a lot for Milwaukee. A couple seconds for Kenrich Williams on the last year of his deal. I mean, that makes sense. Not that big of a deal. I think it would be really cool to see him in Milwaukee, though. I like that deal for Milwaukee Bucks a lot. Timberwolves, Malik Beasley for Isaac in 2 seconds. Yeah, I like it. It depends what you think you're getting from John Isaac. Are these injuries going to be chronic? Is he going to continuously keep running into injury after injury? And what does he look like? What does he look like coming back? I don't know. If he looks like 75% of what he was before, this is a pretty good deal. If not, then I don't know. It just depends to see how he looks. But definitely, based on what we last have seen of him next to Cat would make a lot of sense. If you give him Malik Beasley, isn't the end of the world. I mean, he's good, but you don't need him to be successful. Garrison Matthews and David Nwaba for Kira Lewis Jr. Getting Gary Bird and David Nwaba for a guy who missed all last year. We're not sure how much he'll play next year. If he comes back next year, which he probably will, and he looks pretty good. I mean, he's definitely not a bad player. He's got hurt. But yeah, giving a Gary Bird, ooh, I don't know about giving a Gary Bird now. Yeah, this is one of those deals that don't really make a huge impact. Gary Bird's cool, but you're not changing the landscape or nothing. The Knicks, Simmons for Randall Burks in the second. I don't know. I was gonna say yes until I realized if Simmons couldn't handle Philly fans, how's he gonna handle New York fans? Could y'all imagine? Look how the Knicks fans have trolled Trae Young. Now imagine if you're Ben Simmons and you're getting trolled by this for 41 games a year, right? Imagine. Oh no, yeah, I would be cool with this as a value standpoint, especially if Ben's injuries don't seem like they're gonna be long-term problems. But ooh, man, seeing, yeah, no, his mental toughness, I don't think this is the place for him. This ain't the place for him to get coddled and rehabilitate. Send him to Charlotte for that. OKC Thunder, they send Derek Favors for a 2028 second-round pick. We're talking about the Thunder trading Derek Favors for, what would that be, a 12-year-old? A 12 or 13-year-old? And not even a great one. An okay 12 or 13-year-old, because they're in the second round. Sure, I guess. Yeah, that's cool. But now you're going to pick up all that money for the luxury tax bill? The Magic, Duncan Robinson for Terrence Ross. They get a better player, but they have a long-term deal next to that. I'm not sure I'll do this if I'm the Magic. That long-term contract is looking bad. It's looking like the 2022 version, like the Nicholas Batum, Timothy Mozgov, Bismack Biyombo contracts. That's what it's starting to look like. It's the 2022 version. I'm not sure I'm into that. But you're getting a better player who's younger, fits your timeline a little bit better. Sure. I mean, I get the idea of it as a player, but the contracts are gross. I couldn't do that. Jackson Hayes for Paul Reed and Cork Moss. If they take this, yes, 100%. That's a really cool idea. You finally get a backup big behind Embiid who's not a complete trash can and it's playable. I definitely like that, though. I like this for the 76ers a lot. I think it makes a ton of sense for them. Because then you get that athletic rim protection. He can kind of shoot just a little bit. Not a lot, but just a little bit. The Suns, Landry Shamet, Dario Saric, a second for Buddy Hield. Yes, they get some more scoring in that backcourt. I'm joking. I don't know. I mean, the deal itself is good. But then you got Chris Paul and Devin Booker starting. And then what? Campaign and Buddy Hield off the bench? Sure. How's that backcourt doing defensively off the bench? Him next to Chris Paul would be kind of cool, though, because I know Chris Paul will get him some mean looks. And Monty Williams is really good at drawing up plays and getting players open and running a really good offensive system. Nothing Buddy Hield would be good for that. I feel like you need to make sure you have a really good defense around him. Him next to Mikal Bridges would be pretty good, though. To have a really good defensive wing next to him. But yeah, just for this package, I like that deal a lot. Okay, so for the Portland Trailblazers, this is a part of the goal to make Damian Lillard happy. We got Miles Turner, we got Keon Johnson, we got Justice Winslow in 2 seconds. Yes, I'll take this deal 10 out of 10 times. If we don't have to give up a first-round pick to get Miles Turner, it's a W already. It's already a W. If he can give you 60 to 65 games a year of good play, that's a W to me. Dame, this makes a lot of sense. And then you can sign and trade Yusuf Nurkic to somewhere else like Charlotte or something and go get assets that way too. That makes a lot of sense. Kings, they get some more defense. Matisse Thybulle, almost said Matisse Thybulle, Matisse Korkmaz. Whoa, that would have been a cool thing. For Justin Holiday, Alex Len in 2 seconds. No, I'm not giving up an all defensive guy for 2 second-round picks. No, thank you. As a 76ers fan, but as a Kings fan, this is a W. So let's just say they draft Jaden Ivey to be a dynamic scorer in that backcourt. You need some more defense because De'Aaron's not great defensively, and Jaden most likely won't be great defensively. So Matisse Thybulle will help offset that a lot, and I would like that. Korkmaz, he's just a salary filler. You're not giving them much. Justin Holiday's not really needed. Alex Len's not needed. You have a bunch of bigs already. In 2 seconds, sure, doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. The Spurs, Big Voo for Jakob Poeltl, Josh Richardson in a second. I don't know. I might be low on Vucevic or I might be high on Jakob Poeltl. I'm not sure which one. But no, I don't want this. What do you gain from this? I mean, you're getting another offensive piece, sure. But like we already saw what happened with this in Orlando. Like, why? No. Well, he's not a top 2 guy on the team. I think he's good as a third piece. I think the Bulls should try to move him. And this is actually a really good deal for the Bulls. Hold on. Jakob Poeltl, Josh Richardson, and another second they could draft somebody with. Yeah, I would like that for Chicago a lot. That should have been their trade. I don't remember what theirs was. But I like this trade a lot for them. But not for the Spurs. I mean, sure, I guess. But no thanks. I'd rather keep Jakob Poeltl. The Raptors, Nerlens Noel for Kim Birch in a second. Makes sense for both sides. I don't need to talk about this a lot. Nerlens Noel, he's a pretty good defensive big man, and he'd be cool. He'd fit in the system here. And then the Knicks get off of Noel's long-term money because he is quite injury-prone. Makes sense on both sides. The Utah Jazz, Mitchell Robinson, Alec Burks, Fournier, and then a 2023 pick. Okay, if I think Mitchell Robinson's going to stay healthy long-term, I'm cool with this. But I would want either one more pick or one more young guy. One or the other. I'm not sure which one. I mean, whichever one the Knicks would be cool giving. I don't want either like another pick or one of Cam Reddish, Emmanuel Quickley, Obi Toppin. Yeah, one of those guys or a pick. Whichever one they'd rather give up is fine by me. I think one more piece, that's a really good deal. My only thing is because Mitchell Robinson's so injury prone. If Mitchell Robinson was more healthy, I wouldn't even need that extra asset. But it's like with his injury concerns, Evan Fournier's contract, Alec Burks, he's good though. So just between Evan Fournier's contract and Mitchell Robinson's injury concerns, I'm not sure I'll be okay with that without getting that extra asset. Like I said, another young guy, maybe another pick, but not too far off. I like the idea of this trade a lot for him. I like this trade. And last but not least, we got the Wizards, Killian Hayes for Denny. That's cool. Get a reset for both of them. Yeah, so I'm not sure I would do this as a Wizards fan, no. But as a Pistons fan, yeah, I'm cool with that. As a Wizards fan, I think I'd rather keep Denny and keep trying to grow with him. Killian, especially not like the guy you give up Denny for. But yeah, I would I'm cool with them trading Denny, but just for somebody not named Killian Hayes. So y'all let me know how you guys liked your team's favorite trade down below. And anything you agree with, disagree with what I have said, make sure you tell me why as well. And if you made it all this way, go ahead and make sure you leave a like. And what I want you to do is if you watched this much, if you made it to the very end of my video, I want you to leave a random food in the comment section. I don't care what it is, whatever food. It could be your favorite food, your least favorite food. Just a random food. Right? You know what it's going to do? It's going to mess with people who didn't finish the video. And you're going to be a part of an exclusive club of people who finished the video. So I want to say thank you. You get a gold star for being part of my club. Thank you for taking time out of your day to sit here and listen to me and my hoops. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Either way, it's your boy TT, and I am out of here. Peace out, y'all.